the building.
What's up, Black?
And we got to introduce our special guest, Keith. Family right here. Family right here in the building. Yeah. I'm trying to give it up one time for Forever Duncan. Mr. and Mrs. Duncan up in here. And so,
I know him as Black Boo.
you know it's Black Boo?
I'm starting to go with the government now. I've been using Alfred.
Alfred
I can
Duncan.
dig it. I can dig it.
Mrs. Sherelle Duncan.
Yes.
Set the internet on fire in October 2016. Let's go back a little bit. Just give everybody just a little background of what actually happened. It was truly amazing. I'm gonna say that. I'm very impressed with what you did, Mr. Duncan.
Thank
you know
sir. Thank
that
you, sir.
you messed the game up for a lot of fellas out there. I tell you that. He really took it to another level. My proposal was just garbage compared to yours.
Oh my gosh.
Nah, your joint was good. Your joint was what it was
She
supposed
said
to
yes
be.
to me too, so I
So
guess it was
yeah.
all right. All right, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. Hey, but let's get to that day. You proposed at 11 a.m.
Right.
and then you put together a whole wedding
Oh, what?
at 5 p.m. Man, how the hell did you do that?
It took a lot of, friends and family to pull it off, and then
Yeah.
I had little things like during the year that I accumulated that would help me out. Like we had this thing called a date day. So date day, we have like a competition date, so today was my date day. I'll try to do the most like beautiful thing as possible, but with the least amount of money. And then next week will be hers, and then we'll compare to see who won. So it was my date day. And then also we had this thing called servitude. So when you go over somebody's house and y'all play like Pictionary or Taboo or whatever, and it be the guys against the girls.
Yeah.
Well, if you win servitude, which means that she got to serve me for 24 hours without.
You serve me.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
depending on
I
who
can
won.
win.
But evidently I won. You know what I'm saying? So
I still have one though.
yeah, but I do too. So yeah, I had some things that work in my favor. Yeah. So
Hey man, it was truly amazing. I mean that whole it was a life changer for you, wasn't it? That kind of
that's an understatement. A life changer is an understatement. You think that when you get married that your life will change, but everybody say, nah, it's just a certificate, right? But when we got married, you got to think. Like
the whole world was watching.
And the last time I've been to a 9 to 5 was that Friday before I got married.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, because everything happened. Like, the next day we woke up and The View was calling us. And then Steve Harvey's calling us. And then this is calling us. And that is calling us. Want to fly us to California. Want to send us to Jamaica. Want to do all of this. And want us to come to California to talk to all of these people about TV shows and all that. Like, the opportunities was just out there. So it was like, I couldn't, what I'm going to say? Nah, I can't come there because I got to go to work
And
tomorrow.
plus, you hated your job.
Sherelle, did you start working too?
Well, I've been an entrepreneur since 2013, so I've already had my own business anyway, training.
Okay.
So he had his 9 to 5, and I was training. That was my means of income.
Mm-hmm.
But when we got married, like even that changed for me, because being a trainer, the way I was a trainer, I liked to be one-on-one with, like, face-to-face with my clients.
Mm-hmm.
So when we got married, I had to tell them, like, I'm not going to be able to do this because we're traveling so much, and because it's a weight loss thing, people will get discouraged if you have to keep canceling on them.
Yeah.
So then I had to just switch to, like, virtual. But then everything else took the front seat, like speaking, the book, like everything else took the front seat. So both of our careers, like, changed drastically in a matter of days.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was crazy.
So, all right. It's been 2 years.
Mhm.
2 years of marriage. So, I mean, come on now. Let's keep it real. I mean, marriage changes things. No matter what, all the TV, all the views, all the hits, that means nothing because y'all still gotta coexist with each other. Were y'all living together before this happened?
Yeah, we were living together, and we were practicing celibacy right before we got married. So we have been living together since 2000. When we moved in, we got an apartment in 2014.
I think so.
15.
Hold up. Let's go back to the celibacy. How long did y'all practice this celibacy? How long did that go on?
9 months.
So 10 months.
9 months.
10 months. He doesn't know how to count.
Yeah, I do. Listen, this is the math. This is the
No,
math.
he's not.
No, listen.
Hey, they married.
Y'all help me out here, fellas. Help me out here.
Okay,
So
okay.
we practice celibacy from January the
You
You can't
1st.
even
You
say
can't even
it.
From January the
I ain't
1st
mad
to
at you,
October the 1st. What's that?
That's-
Exactly.
That's 10 months.
She's counting the months. She's not counting, because from January to September is 9, but to October is 10. But we only did 1 day of October. You know what I'm saying?
That's
See?
10 months.
Hey, that's
Listen,
that's too
it should be
too
counted
goddamn
as a
long.
year,
for real.
Exactly.
And that's
It
why I
should
want
be.
to
it should
say
be
it.
counted as a year.
Yeah.
It must be 9 years to me.
Let me tell you something.
9 years to me.
We was living together, sleeping in the same
Oh,
bed.
no.
Oh, what?
No way.
Oh, come on now.
Yeah.
But that might be why he's
I
saying
don't. You
that.
know what? I don't
Yeah.
believe
He might have
you.
slipped
For
away.
I
real,
don't
it's the
believe
truth. It's the truth.
It's real. It's real.
In the same bed
So
every
you gotta
night.
understand, like for me, right? I just when I met her, I just got out of a relationship, and it was a long relationship. It was 5 years, and I told myself I was just gonna do things different. So even when we started dating, I was like, "Listen, I ain't trying to have sex." She basically
Okay.
took it from me 3 months in.
I mean, you can't. You keep coming over my house spending the night. You know what I'm saying? We going out eating, and we drinking, and you want to go back to the crib. Like, to be honest with you, and I'm gonna keep it real. I wasn't one of them girls that's like, oh, I'm gonna wait. That's just how I didn't live my life like that.
Okay.
And so that was new for me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Maybe
a
that's
dude.
why I feel like 10 for you.
Exactly. No, it felt like a year. I'm telling you, exactly.
Okay.
So I'm like, this is something so new for me. You know, that my standards are high now. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, you're worthy of this, but also, what's going on? You're not going.
You ain't trying to get this?
Exactly.
You don't want
Hey,
this?
look, I'm like, my dick is precious too, man. This is precious.
Yeah.
Anybody don't just get this.
Yeah. So it was rough. So we did live together before we got married. And
And we
then
went to premarital class.
We went to premarital class before
and
we
practiced
even-
celibacy before I even engaged to it.
yeah.
Okay, that's y'all. Yeah, that's. You said this seems like a straight up fairy tale. I mean, so let's get into the meat of it.
No,
2
but-
years later.
Now going just before y'all go into it, now you did say something that caught my attention was that the fact that you came out of a relationship for 5 years. Did that have a lot to do with your thought process and why everything changed?
Yeah, it definitely did. I just wanted something different. I wanted to do it different because I saw where I was going wrong. And then I felt like I wasn't being... See, one thing about this relationship is that I'm completely me. You know, that's what I love about this, is that she loved me and I am completely myself. When in past relationships, I was probably 80% me. You know what I'm saying? So when I started dating her, I was like, listen, I'm just going to be 100% me. I ain't holding no farts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't doing this. I ain't
He was
doing
very
that.
serious
You know, if
about
I
that.
got to pick my nose and picking my nose, I'm doing
But
all of
that's
this.
a lot of times for us fellas, that's how you know you got the woman.
Exactly. And so, but I didn't know that that's how you knew. I just said, in order for me to be comfortable, this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
But see, what a lot of people don't really know is that, she said a statement earlier where she said, I was in a relationship with him, like to a point where when we were talking initially, I wasn't trying to get in no relationship with him. I mean, I was committed to it. I wasn't hollering at nobody else. But at the same time, everybody, listen, man, the story of Forever Duncan, this woman broke up with me plenty of times before I even got in a relationship with her. And when she broke up with me, we would take 2 and 3 months off.
And not communicate at all, not text, not call. Like, it was a hard breakup. Like, done.
And all of this came from me also being
Extremely
saying that I'm going
honest.
to be completely me, which means that I'm going to say some things that somebody, may not like. Like, she came on my house one day, we wasn't even smashing at the time, and she was like, You know, I think I'm falling in
You
love.
always
with
say it
All
wrong.
right, we didn't
You
say it
always
right.
say it
We say
wrong.
it right. Don't
You
say my
should-
part though.
You
Don't
should
say my part.
You should say I'm about to tell the story
I'm about
about
to
the
tell the
love,
story.
and then let me tell it
I'm
so
about
that
to-
you
Yeah,
can
they
stop
right.
messing it
I'm
up.
about to tell the story. I'm about to tell the
Yeah.
story, but you
Okay,
gotta say
so we
don't
was-
say my part.
Just let me say the
Okay.
parts that I want to say.
All right, now my part.
And so we were at his house, and I was helping him to clean a closet and folding clothes, and I'm like, and so I looked at him, I was like, you know what? I'm falling in love with you. And he said,
Don't say my
Don't-
part.
he
Don't
said-
say. You about to do it.
go ahead and just say it then.
I said, listen, I would really appreciate it if you don't tell me that again.
He said it makes, see, you don't even
It
say
makes
your
me.
part
It
right.
makes me feel uncomfortable.
And I said,
She cussed me
I
out.
said, I know you got me fucked up. I'm in here helping you clean. I was so hurt. But you know what? I was hurt and I wouldn't talk to him. But also, I had to check myself because this is what I've been praying for. A man to just be honest with me so that I know what it is.
But that's what most women can't handle.
Yeah.
Right.
Talk
You
about it.
can't handle the truth.
Exactly.
I don't think anybody can really handle it
Great
for real.
job, great job.
But I knew that it was something because of the way I felt when we did not talk. Like I would literally feel sick.
And I was chilling.
Oh my God.
I was
I
chilling.
don't understand why every time we do interviews, you always got to play like you just so big and
I'm
you
not.
so
I mean,
not affected.
They already
You got
know.
to tell the truth.
They already know that I'm a sucker for you. Like you look at the wedding, then it's already proven that I'm a sucker for you. But before then, I wasn't a sucker for. I was like,
He's
all right,
lying. I know he's lying.
whatever.
You had him, didn't you?
I did, and he know I
She's
did.
lying. She
He
knows
just
she
gotta
ain't
stay.
had it.
He gotta play big.
Listen, then we had another situation where she called me. So when that happened, we ain't talked for 2 or 3 months. I'm like, I'm not chasing her. I'm not doing this. I don't know how we got back together, but we did. Then she wanted to meet my son. She called me and was like, I think that me, you, Blake, and Gabby should go out and get something to eat.
That's what I wanted to get into, the kids. I need to understand y'all kids' background. So both of y'all have your own kids outside of y'all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
How many do you have, Sheree?
One.
You have one. You
One
have
daughter.
One son.
Okay, all right.
Mhm.
More kids planned in the future?
We would.
If it happens, we're not saying like, oh well, I'm not saying, listen, I'm ovulating, let's do it. It's not one of those type of things. It's just
All right.
if it happens.
And there ain't a
it
lot of
happens.
security in the club.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
No one is.
I got you. I'm with
You
you.
get it.
I'm with you.
So,
Shots fired. I'm with you.
Yeah.
so if it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool. All right, so now I got to fast forward, okay? You've been married for 2 years now.
Yeah.
The fairy tale, it hasn't ended. It's still going on. Correct?
Yes.
Correct?
Yeah.
So tell me about the marriage now. It seems like, you've had to live this out in front of people and social media. What about the difficult times? What about the times when he just pissed you off? Sure, how about
So.
go ahead, say what you want to say.
Nah, I said put downstairs.
Oh, okay.
My husband said something earlier about, or I think it was you that said something about a marriage only being a certificate. Like the people that feel like that, I don't know what type of marriage they have, but because now that we are in an extremely committed relationship, I think about, so I'm a natural runner, right? And all my relationships, when times get hard or things get thick, I run. And I say, I'm done with this. I don't want to deal with this no more, all of that. But now that we're married and when we have debates or arguments or something like that, now it's not even just about the argument. It's about me having to battle the things that I've done as far as like giving up on relationships, like running. Like he said, before we got married, I'd break up with him in a minute and hit it. Right? So now that we're married, I have to battle myself. Like, you can't run from this.
Yeah.
This is not something that you can run from. You are going to have to figure this out.
But
You got to figure it out.
The other thing I think that comes with that though is that you feel like it's worth doing that.
Yeah.
In the past, you may not have felt like it was even worth. Like, okay, you gone.
I don't
you
even
gone.
think I thought about if it was worth it.
Right.
But now I think
Right,
about
and that's the
that
difference.
it's worth
Yeah.
it because I'm like, I can't imagine my life without him. And he doesn't even want that type of smoke because he can be happy. His happiness is done. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's
You don't want that smoke?
it's really rough. It's really rough when things aren't good. When things are bad, you get to really know who you are, and you gain a level of understanding and empathy so that you can come to a place where you can have a civilized conversation and not yelling and screaming so that nothing gets taken care of.
But that's when you find out what the love really is. I mean, that work you got to put in.
Yes.
That's what it is. It's work.
Yes.
Yeah, but
You know?
in all fairness, I don't think we as a culture really know that. Like we say, like if you look at Floyd Mayweather and his mantra of hard work and dedication. Everybody go around saying that, you know what I'm saying? Everybody talking about their boss. It's just all of these catchphrases that we throw out there, but we really don't know. Dedication for Floyd Mayweather means he doesn't smoke. You know what I'm saying? He runs like 6 miles a day. He does 2-3 workouts